Peace. Yo, what's good? What up, what up, what up? What's going on, people? Let me make sure everything is straight in the stream before we get it on. Man, listen, it feels good to be back, man. Let me raise this thing up a little bit. What now, what have you? Stream looks good. Everything looks good to go. So let's go ahead and get started, man. All right, so I've seen something on. My fault. I've seen something on Facebook, and I wanted to go over it with you guys. Hold on. Yes. Said nope, absolutely not, man. What's the name of this? Tweets. Oh, Tia tweets. I know, I know, love will find me again. Well, that's what she tweeted. And I asked you guys, do you believe that she will find love again? The ultimate red pill said nope. And I think some people need to understand. Some women, I'm not gonna say all, but I think some women actually do get the picture that first and foremost, there are more women on this earth than there are men. And when you start to think about good men, decent men, that percentage just got really, really small. And just going by what most women, I've heard most women say, all the good men are either taken. I've heard a lot of them say the G word. Starts with a G, ends with a Y. I don't know if they flagged that word, but I've heard women say that. And what was another one that they used, man? Uh, they said what? Taken. And what was the other one that was used? Oh, in jail. I've heard that a lot, man. So if you if we're being honest, if you come across a good man, the chances of you finding another good man that's in your age range that has the qualities and stuff that you value in a man, if you're lucky enough to find that in a lifetime, the chances of you finding that again when you're older, and if you have children, it's gonna be a little bit. I'm just gonna say slim to none, man. Or it's gonna be a couple of years. For most of y'all, you ain't gonna find that. You know what I mean? It's like a once in a lifetime for most of y'all. Anyway, we know where she belongs. LOL. She belongs to the streets. I don't have my little what's the name, but we are getting back at it, man. Listen, y'all, it's been a minute since I've did a live stream in the studio, but it feels great to be back, man. We got the microphone, we got the camera. It's no longer on the tripod. We actually got our camera on a little gadget that I actually got from a company off of Amazon. I can't remember exactly what the company's name is, but yeah, man, we're back and we're gonna go ahead and get to it. So the first one we're gonna check out is this video that I seen on Facebook. Very, very disturbing, man, and it kind of makes sense as to, I believe, the lies that she's been telling since she decided to separate from her husband, breaking up her marriage and wrecking another home or wrecking a home, finding herself, finding her happiness or whatever. People say this. Some people say this as if they can't do go on that journey with the person that they're married to. And before you get married, hopefully you've already went on that doggone journey. All right. If you haven't, then do not get involved, and definitely don't have children with someone if you feel like you haven't found yourself just yet. All right. It makes no freaking sense to me. Anyway, let's go ahead and run the clip. Let me make sure I got this volume turned up all the way. Let me make sure this thing is at the beginning first and foremost. Okay. So as you guys can see how she's dressed. Is this thing big? Hold on. Yeah. Y'all see how she's dressed, man. She's dressed like this in front of her freaking kids. God damn. Hold on. Let's go back.
Hey! It's a bathing suit. Oh, really? It's a bathing suit. Then why are you in high shoes, huh?
Man, let me tell you something. I know this kid is going through it right now, so they won't let me pause it? What's going on, man? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Why?
Shakes his head in disappointment, man. As a kid growing up, your mom is on social media wearing this, putting this out in the pub. I honestly feel sorry for the young guy, man. I know he misses his dad because I guarantee there was a lot more order in that doggone house before. Man, it's crazy.
It's a bathing suit. Oh, really? It's a bathing suit. Then why are you wearing high shoes, huh? They're boots.
He can't with me. And it's unfortunate because she thinks that this type of stuff is funny, man.
Rihanna. So terrible. You like my outfit?
I was trying to channel my inner Rihanna. Man, listen, bro. Good grief. Oh my goodness. You see your mother with something like this on. And isn't it another guy?
Oh, why?
Did I see?
It's a bathing suit.
Who's
oh,
this?
Really? It's a bathing suit. Then why?
Who is this dude right here? Bro. And again, man, you putting this type of stuff out there on social media, bro. You got cameras and everything filming, and you think this stuff is funny, man. Ain't nothing about this cute. Anyway, so I actually seen something on Lapeef Let's Talk, man, and they actually discussed something that she had on her Twitter. She posted this on Twitter. Can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. Making the worst freaking decisions and think that it's just gonna be sweet, man. I can promise you, if you continue to put mess out like this, man, the chances of you getting those results that you say that you want are gonna be slim to none because ain't no dude. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think no dudes was honestly checking for Tia to begin with. I'm just saying, like seriously, vetting her to be like a wife, long term. Like you probably got some guys out there who are probably willing to smash, but honestly, checking for her like that, I don't think so, man. Not any guy that she would value. I just wanted to put up a poll and see how many people honestly believe that she's gonna be able to. You know what? We're gonna get into it. My fault.
Tia Marie. Maury, that's her name? Maury? Tia Marie. Maury, that's her name?
Oh, my bad. Let me go ahead. If you guys don't know, this is the Lapeef Network. The Lapeef Network, they have a podcast. They're on YouTube. Please go check them out, man. They actually have a lot of good topics. This right here is your host right here, Lapeef Jr. We got the little hat on and whatnot. But yeah. All right, let's get into it. You guys can see what she put on Twitter.
Maury? She says, I know it will find me. I know love will find me again. I know love will find me again.
All right, so she said, I know love will find me again. Fam, come on,
and that's
dog.
a comment that somebody, I guess they were throwing shade at her, but she just recently got out of a relationship.
Wait. Hold on. Not a relationship. She just recently got out of a marriage. I don't know if the relationship, if the divorce is finalized, but she just recently ended her. I don't know if it was almost 2 decades of marriage or if it was a decade of marriage. They were married for a good little minute, man. and she ended up ending her marriage for whatever. Because it's been a lot of speculations, but we still have not got down to the nitty gritty. You know, some people were saying it's because he was broke. Some people were saying because he was a narcissist. We don't know, man. All right, girl. I don't know who this is, Tony. Whoever. I don't know who she is. She was like, girl, thought you graduated. So now you want attention and validation. You should have never left your husband. Shake my head. Uh, you don't get older to start dating and be single. You and P. Henson make no sense. You're doing it wrong. I don't know who this is, to be honest with you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is. We'll probably have to look her up and see exactly who that is. She don't have a blue check mark. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue.
But she just recently got out of a relationship with her ex-husband, and I don't know what this is. I know love will find me again. Let's go ahead and talk about. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Lego. I know you always go on the back end. What are your thoughts about this, sir?
Most of the people on the panel, I believe, have like some type of YouTube channel. I know Anton Daniels has a YouTube channel. He does coaching. He coaches men or whatever. Mr. Let Go has a decent following. He coaches, I want to say men and women, I believe. I know She's So Lucky. I believe she has a YouTube channel. Not too sure about the rest of these individuals. I think Bruiser might have one. But yeah, y'all go check them out as well, man.
I know we was talking about it earlier.
Yeah, I think it's pathetic. Women get with dudes that they can mother, and because to a certain degree, this is essentially, even though they got married and all this stuff, this is essentially the typical woman's first baby daddy, right? She goes through her ups and downs. She mothers him, right? She teaches him how to get a job. She literally did.
Who the hell is Anton looking at, man? Like this dude that turned all the way around.
That with him, told him what to do, and she literally just got sick of yelling at him and telling him get a job and telling him to do all this other stuff. And by the time he finally get on his feet, she's like, I don't want you no more. But the problem is, she's in her 40s. And with all these kids, and she actually got married, so she broke her vows. Mm-hmm. So this is worse and bigger than the typical baby mama situation where she just gets tired of the dude living with her and all this other stuff. Because
basically, I'm gonna try to sum it all up. But basically, if a guy is on the outside looking in, and he sees that, she's now in her 40s, that's a hit. She has children now. That's a hit. She decided to leave her marriage. That's another hit. Like you got a lot of things that are already going against you. And I've always heard you got to pick a struggle, and you cannot continue to add struggles to the doggone list and think that a man that you value is going to value you. Most of those guys are going to look over you.
From what I've known, heard, virtually everything he spent went to an account where she had to keep up with for taxes and all this other stuff, and there's a possibility that he kind of lived off of her or something. I'm not exactly sure.
I wasn't aware of any of that. I know that when they first met, Tia did have money, and I don't think he really had too much. I'm not gonna say he didn't have anything, but I don't think he really had too much. Like when they first met, he was on a bus corner or whatever, and her sister and herself actually picked him up off of the bus corner. This was after, I want to say they were doing like a movie or a show together. So she had already seen him. She just didn't, go and pick up a random stranger, but they had actually been on a show or a movie set together. She picked him up, and then, that's how they started.
But I'm not really mad at her because I don't think any woman wants to live her life like that, taking care of a dude endlessly.
Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and mute this. But basically what he's saying, man, is I mean I would agree. I would agree with what he just said about most women. I'm not gonna say all because we do have maybe a small select few that would disagree and could be telling the truth about this. But when you think about most women, I don't think that most women want to take care of a man. I believe that most women are looking to get with a guy that has his stuff together. All right. And this is based on just the things that I've seen and the things that I've heard. Most women are hypergamous, and they want to get with a guy that at least has his stuff together to the point where he's not depending on her. You know what I mean? He can take at least be able to take care of yourself for the most part.
If this is what you chose, you married the person, you got to stay. So the pathetic side is how she's out here talking about looking for love. Don't nobody want your ass. Like you old and you been corny, so ain't nobody for want no Tia Mowry.
Okay.
Good.
Right? I'm a side
that boy going ham, boy. He went ham at the end.
With you. So, to my understanding, if she knew that, I don't want to say he was broke. He didn't have his life together at the time. So, if she decided to take on that role to help elevate him in that space, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But the fact that she wants to like take it all back, because let's say Mr. Lego's saying that she was his mom, I don't think that's fair to that man. Because if you knew he was irresponsible, then why the hell did you marry him? That
you shouldn't have married him. You shouldn't have children with him. You shouldn't have, she should have kept that little box to herself, man, for real. You don't go all of those doggone years. And again, man, you signed that doggone marriage contract. You made a commitment before God. You made a commitment before your family, his family. You made a commitment to each other, and you broke those vows. Like, fam, if it's just sex or whatever, then just let that be.
That sound like a excuse to just run away when you knew he was like this, if he was like that from the beginning. Now, I do know the man did gross, a net worth of $2 million. So he did elevate himself.
2-3 million.
But the fact that she wants to get rid of him over some silly nonsense, talking about she's not happy and she wants to find love. I mean, she had love because all the interviews, she's always on TV. She shows her life more than anybody I see on TV.
Absolutely. Yes. Because when asked, or when not even asked about their marriage and about her husband, she spoke highly of him. She said nothing but good things about him. So now, again, a guy on the outside looking in. And you look at Tia, you know what I mean? She alright. Let's keep it a band. She not, you know what I'm saying, one of them just crazy, drop dead, gorgeous, beautiful women or whatever. Like, she alright, right? So you got children, you're older, you left your marriage. You left your marriage after being on social media and just putting us out there that you have been with the greatest freaking man on earth. You've been with your best friend. She said that so many times, like, I'm with my best friend. Like, I'm even right before she announced that she was getting they were getting a divorce, she said that was basically, and I'm not quoting her word for word, but there is nothing like being able to travel the world with your family and your best friend. I am the happiest person on earth. Some mess like that she said. And then, like, I don't even think it was a week later, she said that she's going to be filing for divorce, or she filed for divorce. So you got a guy on the outside looking in like, damn. I seen what she did with a guy that was damn Prince Charming, that had her back, a guy that they've been with I don't know how many years, a guy that she's had children with. She spent a significant amount of time with, from pretty much from childhood on up until being grown adults. And she decided to leave him, her best friend, the father of her children, her husband. and I'm supposed to try to holler at dad and wife. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that, fam. I'm straight. I don't think any guy in his right mind will be willing to put his chips in that basket. I don't know. It might just be me.
So we've been watching her, for the ones who are watching her, for the last 15 years.
15.
So all the stuff that you're portraying, now you're just lying to your fans because you were showing that she was happy. Now all of a sudden, he's a narcissist and you ain't happy. I think that's BS. So now she's just trying to find a reason. And she want people to...
I call the cap, man. I call the cap. I honestly believe, this is my personal belief, you know. Take it or whatever. I believe that somebody got in her ear. It had to be somebody extremely close to her. Somebody got in her ear, fed her some doggone BS, and she probably tried to try that man and seen what was gonna happen. And the issue is when you keep pushing someone, you gotta understand it's only a matter of time before they push back and they just be like, you know what? I love you. I rock with you. Yeah, we got children together and all this good stuff, but you're not gonna continue to do what you're doing, bro. Like at some point in time, you know what I'm saying? As a man, I need to stand on my doggone own 2 feet, and if you gonna continue to do that, then you can do what you do. You bring up divorce, like, hey, go ahead, because at the end of the day, let's keep it a man. I believe he can find he can find a wife a lot quicker than Tia can find a husband.
just sympathize with her instead of just saying that she fucked up. So that's how I look at it. I don't think that that's ladylike. I think she needs to get her act together. She's making her kids, overall, like when they get older, they're going to look at that. They're going to be like, damn, so you just disrespected my father.
Right, absolutely.
So I look.
And again, children, they don't, it may take them a minute to process and, everything is going on or whatever, man. It's going to take them a little minute to process. But as you've seen in that video clip that we played right before this, that son is quickly losing respect for her. She think it's funny right now. She honestly thinks stuff like that is funny. But I promise you, it's going to come back to bite her in the butt sooner than she thinks. Because if you don't respect yourself, why would you expect anybody else to? And that includes your seeds. The people around you, the people that's supposed to look. If you don't respect yourself, why should I respect you? Especially somebody on the outside looking in. Come on, dog.
Look at it as a whole. Marriage is not just you and the husband or you and the wife. It's everybody. And people don't understand that. They just get married to the person, but they leave everybody out. You get married to everybody. So once you end it, you ended it for everybody. So I think she need to take that into consideration instead of making it about her, because I think that that's selfish. So that's how I think about it.
I respect it.
All right, One Country. What are your thoughts about it?
Oh man, her name is One Country Cookie. Salute, man. I'm a fan of everybody that's from the country. So.
Perfect.
Hey, I'm about to say that going on. Don't play with me like that, man. StreamYard. They want somebody to come back, man. Absolutely not. Gummit. Absolutely not. All right, One Country. What you got?
I think it's pretty tacky.
Yeah.
She could have waited on that. I mean,
waited.
How long has it been? It hasn't been that long, and she already worried about love again. I think if she
it shouldn't have happened to begin with.
was having the issues that she was having in that marriage, then maybe some time with herself would be better, and her children, and getting to know what went wrong the first time, other than sulking about finding love again. Sorry.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. That little box started to get hot and need to be scratched, and she needs somebody to scratch that little box. That's what it is, dog.
Right. That's me. It's my basketball.
Okay. B. Taylor, what are your thoughts?
I just think that it's odd that we have all of this analysis on this woman that we don't know. We don't.
Fam, she putting her business out there like that. What are you talking about, man? Boy, I tell you, boy, and it makes sense. I'm gonna tell you right now, it makes perfect sense, boy.
Know what her relationship really looked like. All we're doing is judging from the outside. We're average people compared to these Hollywood people. We don't know their situation. We don't know what went on in their home. Just because.
What does being average have to do with anything, bro? I mean, like when it all boils down to it, right? Like what's the difference between you and somebody that makes $1 million other than that $1 million? When you think about relationships, when you think about marriage, you're still going through pretty much the same ish, bro. I mean, like, being faithful, having those uncomfortable conversations, people being in their feel. I mean, like, when it all boils down to it, you just, like, what?
Because people post happy pictures and say things and don't publicly bash their partner doesn't mean that they're genuinely happy with what's going on at home. Whatever her situation is, it's like obviously it's been detrimental to her mental health, where she's having her.
Sounds selfish than a mofo, boy. Everything is one-sided. Like, ain't nobody else going through.
Personally, for me, like it seems like a midlife crisis of trying to find any type of love other than what she, I guess, has been giving throughout her youth and years, and to her husband and to her children. And now she's like, what do Tia, like, who is Tia? Like, who is Tia? I'm not happy, and I don't think that I should just keep suffering. And she's 40 years old, but she's a very successful millionaire, multi-millionaire woman who's been in Hollywood since her childhood. We cannot relate to whatever this woman has went through.
Why can't you? I understand everybody goes through traumas and everything. Of course, you're not going to like directly be able to, you know what I mean? But in a sense, I think pretty much it's like, come on, fam. Like, you come on the panel to have a conversation, bro. Just
through her career, through her life, through her childhood, through her marriage. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and judge this woman and bash her. Like, this may have been her last leg. This may have. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say stay in a situation that's gonna make you end up jumping off the fucking bridge and leaving all your kids behind and leaving your family behind because you just can't take life anymore. Like, whatever she got going on, maybe she can get herself together and will.
I got a question, right? And I'm not trying to be funny or whatever, but if you are going through those things, right? Wouldn't the first thing that you would want to do is go seek some type of help, professional help? Why is the first thing? Why would one of the first things that she would say would be to justify getting a divorce? Why wouldn't she say something about, you know what I mean, if she has, tried to do these things, this, that, and the third, or whatever? Why not try those things first? Why the first thing is to break up a home, end a marriage?
We'll go back to her husband, but I'm not gonna sit here and just be like just judging her because we don't know her, we don't know her life, and that's a different type of lifestyle.
But when you think about marriage, though, B. Taylor, so I bring that fact of like the selfish part. So you see how you said she could be on her last leg. That could have happened. We're not going to discredit that. But the thing is, what about the husband? Because he could have been on his last leg for her even doing what she did.
Woo! Woo! Come through, lady. DYDTM.
But it seemed like nobody considers the other person, and that's why I wanted to talk about let's consider the other person because we don't know.
We can consider it, yeah, we can consider it, and that's true. But like, I mean, she's not responsible. We're grown adults, right? So it's just like, wow.
it's all about me, 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 me. Even though you said till death do you part, it's still all about me, me, me. Yo, if you talking like this, fam, I mean, I respect it, but nah, I'm good, man. That's crazy.
She's not responsible for if she's on her last leg. Like who's to be sacrificed? You know, if she's on her last leg, oh, I'm gonna stay because he may be on his last leg. Maybe he's not. I'm not saying that because she should take care of herself, he shouldn't take care of himself. I think he very well should take care of himself and maybe be a better husband just as much as she could be a better wife.
Wow, yo, that's crazy. Is the next one? Is the next one coming up? I kind of want to. If you sit and watch B. Taylor facial expression as the others are talking, tells you exactly where she was going. Yeah, go in the conversation. I would agree. Somebody said B. Taylor has 2 kids by 2 men. Her eldest. Dang, somebody know this girl's whole doggone story. Well, I don't want to, you know what, I'm not going to bring anybody's, personal stuff up, man. You know, that ain't how we rock, you know what I mean? I can separate the person from the conversation or whatnot and just take the conversation for like face value or whatnot. But yeah, man, no, bro. No, I do not agree with that young lady. What's her name? B. Taylor? B. Taylor. Yeah, I don't agree with it, man. I don't agree with it at freaking all. I'm gonna defend like man says they shouldn't be stepfather. Learn to appreciate life. I thought the other one was gonna come up, man, but it didn't. So we're gonna go ahead and end this right here. But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. Let me go back. Remove. How do I? Hold on, y'all. Let's do this. No. This is right, yeah. Here we go. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. There is absolutely, positively nothing cool. What the hell? Oh. Yeah, nothing cool about walking around like this. Understand this, man. Don't go around making these doggone mistakes, making these questionable decisions in life, and thinking and believing this fairy tale that there are millions and millions of great guys out here. All right? Because when you look at most of the guys that this young lady qualifies for, that she would value, I don't know, man. I do not see it happening in the near future. You had a great guy. You had a guy that was willing to ride this mofo till the wheels fall off with you. And you decide to leave that guy for whatever reason. And unfortunately, somebody got in her doggone ear, and she probably believes that she can find a guy that's either as good or better than the one that she had when she was younger, looked better, had less miles on her, and wasn't putting mess like this out there. All right? You got to understand, man. Listen, when you post things like this and you're sharing all and you showing all that doggone skin, the guys that would have potentially took you and wifed you up, they looking at you side-eye right now. They're questioning, like, bro, you know what? This one right here is for the streets. We're going to go ahead and throw this one on back, man. She's doing this stuff in front of other men, in front of her son, and putting this thing out in the public. It just doesn't make any sense, man. So, to that, I'm going to say this, fellas, man. Be very, very careful about who you get involved with, all right? Court these doggone women. Pay close attention, not only to the things that they say, but the things that they do and how they move. All right? See what principles do they stand on? What are their core values? Are they the type of woman that is open-minded? They can be coached. They can be helped. They're not closed-minded. You can't tell them anything. If you run into young women like that, fellas, run. All right? Stay away. You'll thank yourself later, man. Trust and believe. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it on that note, guys. We're going to bam. Because we actually got some other stuff that I want to do to the studio, man. We think about throwing some little neon lights or something around here, man. I do have a YouTube poster back here. I'm thinking about putting that mug back up, man. It's been a minute since we done been in a doggone studio, but we're gonna get it together. Anywho, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.